All right, rocking and rolling, ready to get in for the first. Oh, got to fix that green screen. The first decent Monday weather-wise we've had here in a bloody long time. The weather was proper Gold Coast today. What's the weather like over there, Dan?
Good, rubbish, mate. Cold, wet, windy, just rubbish.
I think we've got that tomorrow. Don't worry.
Yeah, today's one of the, especially lately. What any glimpse of sunshine, get out on that street and lay like a lizard. Soak it in.
Nah, we've had rubbish weather for ages, mate.
Oh, talking about pants, Dan, did you see my latest?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, and it describes you perfectly well too. Bilsy's a cock. I thought that was absolutely perfect.
Dick would have been nicer, but I'll take cock. No, I'm actually trialing, obviously shaping and cutting with the laser machine.
Have you got a laser?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
And then
I'll show you one. So this is an engraving that was done by a friend of mine who does brick engraving and printing as well, which I thought was rather appropriate to this particular topic.
You guys haven't got me for always having them on hand.
Yeah.
No, we had to prepare them earlier. You literally have them on hand. That's cool. Between the dicks, eh?
Yeah, between the dicks.
Dick between the bees, my man. No, because and then someone gave me the idea because I've got something I need to cut out of Lego to put Lego over, but then someone said, why don't you make the letters big enough to literally have enough stud clutch to then I can make my own lettering. Like obviously the dots things are out now to use one by ones, but mate, it's endless now. The shapes and letters and stuff I can make and design and
does it work though?
Pardon?
Does it work?
Yeah, it works really bloody well. What's up, H-Dog?
Hey, man. Hey, boys.
So say this is just a normal plate, right? And this is the Bilsy and Henry sculpture.
So that works, but the letters don't work.
Not this side. Oh, they do, but they're in the garage. A little bit, one more, like half a centimeter bigger, enough to get at least one stud on each of them. It'll work. It does. So the S works. Hold on.
Okay, so the question's got to be asked. Why? What's the point?
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So my DJ decks, the red ones?
Yeah.
I'm making new white ones. And to get around some of the knobs and the bits and pieces, I dremeled it out last year or 2 years ago using a laser cutter.
So now you're going to laser cut.
Clean a cut.
Yeah, well, that I understand. Yeah.
Other than that, I'm just going to cut out like 50 of these every Lego show in my area and just walk around sneakily put on people's sets.
Yeah. Well, see, that would be funnier. Yeah. I'd do that.
Hey, and I'd proudly even put my name on it. Like I wouldn't be scared, if people know who I done it. Michiamo and Amanda, how are you? H-Dog, how you been, man?
Good, bro. What's going on?
Oh, we're just talking about how awesome, penis and Legos are, to be honest.
Oh, bro, I've come to the right place.
Mate, you have. You most definitely
sure have, man.
We're just talking about Dan was showing his illegally printed torso as well.
No, that was engraved actually.
Oh, engraved, even worse.
Yeah. Is it though? Is it, Lego and their rules never said anything about engraving. They just said printing.
That's true.
So
hey, there's a loophole. There you go.
Yeah, hey, that's right.
You know how you can tell it was a nice day on the Gold Coast today? Look what we're wearing and look what they're wearing.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, okay. It's also 9 o'clock at night here. You guys are still like 3 in the afternoon.
Oh, bro! If it was nighttime there, they'd be taking their clothes off, bro. I've had to share a room with Bilsy before, bro. It ain't pretty, man.
Oh god,
it's
yeah.
Hot.
It's hot.
I feel for you, bro. I feel for you.
He shared a room with me. I've stole the room off him. Mate,
we can talk about this trauma later if you like, Henry.
It is a trauma. I've shared a room with him in other countries.
Oh, I bet it's a trauma.
Dan, I think you're the only one that didn't share a room with me, but we shared a house together at least. So that's close enough.
Where did you sleep? You slept in the lounge, didn't you? Did you
Yeah,
sleep in the lounge?
Yeah, next to
Yeah.
the fireplace.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, on the pull-out bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was the best place for you, really.
Mate, you see,
With a
you've
fire.
all experienced overnight with Bilsy. You're welcome.
I'm still traumatized by it, and I was in a different room.
Yeah, we're still
And Lego
playing.
were worried about making flesh bricks, and here's this guy just laser cutting Lego penises out of plates. Don't worry about don't worry about the flesh colored bricks, Lego.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
No,
it kind of matches someone's flesh color, surely.
This is bro. This is the thing. This is the thing, right? You start putting in these rules and these things around, what people can and can't do, and then all of a sudden you look for the loopholes.
Rules are meant to
It
be
wasn't
broken,
even
mate.
loopholes. I just wanted it for me, and then it just double clicked. Like, why don't I just start laser cutting everything I want to do now? Stuff buying wedges. I'm just going to buy a million plates and cut my own shapes.
Hey kids, do you want a sandwich? I'll laser cut it.
There you go. There's your.
Do you have to sand it? Do you have to sand it? Oh God. Do you have to sand it? The edges or anything?
No. It's a pure clean. I'll see if I can blow it up. Hold on, I'll show you.
Oh, I've seen it, bro. It's okay.
No, I'll show you the wording if it gets focus.
We'll show you the Lego version.
Yeah. See, it's actually a really clean cut.
Yeah, man.
Loopholes of Fight Club. Don't talk about them. Yeah, Douglas, for sure. There's a lot of loopholes. People are worried about putting cheese slopes in 2x4s for the illegal back-to-back join, mate. That's what they're worried about. Fucking hell, I'm creating a volcano.
I reckon you should just put it out there that if anyone wants to get cancelled, just come on the Bilsy show.
Well, not really, but I mean, if anyone wants any sort of street cred, come on the Bilsy show.
Street cred.
I don't know. Does street cred and Lego go 1-in-1? Not really.
Hey, babe, I was on the Bilsy stream with a Lego penis.
You're making me joke. Oh, that's better than putting on sexy, smelly candles at night in bed.
Oh, man, please.
Oh, Jesus. Tell Kelly I said hello. All right. Let's talk some things, Lego. And let's definitely talk shows. Now, 3 shows were over the weekend. We had, obviously, the Newcastle. What was the official title for the Newcastle one? Was that Brick
Fest? I want to say.
Brixpo was Adelaide.
So Brixpo was Adelaide.
Newcastle Brickfest, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's
Newcastle.
And
Brickfest,
or otherwise known as fucked over by LegoCon.
And then there was what Bills had just called it, yes. The exciting Brickfest. And I'm going to give a shout out to our buddy Ray from Sidlug, one of Henry's mates. Met him a few times. I'm going to share his photos so you guys can see kind of roughly what it was. Actually, I'll take our photos out just so I can show a bigger photo. So this is clearly setting up. You hope this wasn't prime time.
That was rush hour.
Yeah, at least you got some good photos. I mean, it wasn't. It was clearly like that's the whole room. So it clearly wasn't a massive monster show. They jammed in, I guess, what they could, what they had in the last, 30 seconds that was announced before they could actually, that LegoCon was going to be a thing. Because, we said it before. There was no time between, hey, LegoCon's coming in 3 weeks to, this.
I'm surprised I'm surprised they didn't actually engage the AFOL community more. I'm not surprised, but I think it would have benefited from having mocks there. Like it just would have, especially in the context of Lego Masters and whatnot. I'm really surprised.
There's our boys, Joss and Henry and Brickman.
Oh man, can I just tell you a funny story about the Henry?
Yeah.
So I had a random lady reach out to me on Instagram this morning saying, "Oh, thank you so much for spending some time with me and my son. and sent me like all these pictures of the build at the table and said, I just realized you were Henry from Lego Masters. And then I wrote back to her, I was like, wrong Henry.
Oh, you could have at least rolled on with it.
Oh, she was fully like, oh, you were so nice to me at the building table. I was just like, wrong Henry. I'm Henry from season 1.
Oh,
What a savage.
That is
And the
brutal.
Newcastle boys are up there too.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Newcastle boys. Obviously, Alex and them two. The car would have been the only thing I would have spent all my time just looking at the car, the Formula One car. I guess it is what it is. A couple of people there. There's a crowd photo.
So is that all that was there? That's all that was there.
There's your big crowd, yeah. And that one looks like they're all sitting down waiting for the presentation at the back here.
Yeah, right.
from what I've read, though, like all the time slots were
Sold
booked
out. Yeah. So they obviously just didn't allocate big numbers.
Yeah.
I don't, unfortunately, I don't know who's got photos, and someone in the chat might help us. Who's got photos of Newcastle or Adelaide?
I've got some. I've got some. I'll send them to you. Sorry, I should have done it before.
Send me, yeah, Michael, how are you, Chebby? Yeah, chirping crickets. Couple of things I got up here too. We could obviously talk about. So I found Instagram. They hashtagged LegoCon AUS and LegoCon AU all over the thing. There's about 20 photos. Nothing really come.
I hope it was a really good success for them, because I'd like to see them do this again and not write it off as a waste if it, the first one wasn't as big as they wanted. Because with more notice and now we know what it is, surely it can only get bigger and better if they do put the time and effort into another one.
Mate, you could have a show in my garage and be bigger and better than that one. So whatever's going to happen next year is going to be better by default.
If they don't walk away from it. So hopefully,
I think it's just probably, even without putting too much consideration into it, it's just poor timing. There was no hype, bad weekend to do it. They went against the grain from the start.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't have the lead up in terms of advertising on. It just didn't really feel like there was presence there.
No, it just randomly turned up.
All right. What did Lord Mike say? When is there a Sydney show? Mark, you've just literally missed the big annual one. I think they're not doing one towards the end of the year, Henry, or wait till New Year?
Oh, there's probably smaller regional shows, but in terms of a big one, next year.
Yeah. Brickles, it's going to be in my garage. Yeah, for sure, mate. And Michael said the event needs to avoid being on this. Yeah, as Nui and Bricks. That's the first big issue that they stuffed up with by choosing a show where Lego's already a bloody niche. You know what I mean? Lego's already only loved by 1 out of every 100 people in the community. So it's not like everybody's going to go. Then to jam 2 shows within 2 hours drive of each other and you brand it Lego, I reckon people, wouldn't. It's hard to, it's
Lego fatigue.
But I can definitely see that ain't a Lego show. LegoCon wasn't a Lego show. It was more like a sales expo.
Yeah.
It's definitely had more of a sales expo feel.
LegoCon was pushed. There you go. So Canberra show in November. Mark?
Yes.
Thanks, Jake.
Didn't we just have a Canberra show?
New show.
No, so the Canberra show we had in April was the end of that one.
Of Sea Lug finished.
No, not Sea Lug. What was the Canberra show?
I thought it was Sea Lug, no? Sea
Lug is the lug.
Yeah, but isn't that pretty much part of that show? That show is heavy. And then David pulled out, didn't he? Stopped it.
That show, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now the one in November is the new version or the new evolvement of that.
Grant said it's called the November show.
When is it though?
April was the last Bricks. Oh, sheesh, Henry, you got heaps of photos,
bro.
Did you go?
Nah, that's from my mate Nick.
All right, let's have a quick look.
There's Bilsy in the background there, looking in the door.
Here's Bilsy.
All right, where's my little arrows? Of course that freaking happens. Let's go to the last one. See if I can go forward. What the hell is that shit? Please stand by. Technical difficulties. All right, there we go.
Look at that.
What they take
That's
these
crazy.
photos on a 5110?
Look at that.
I like the landscape. That's freaking cool.
That's Joss's mate, bro. He's like one of the best bionicle builders. Look at the devil thing on the right hand side with the fur and everything. It's insane.
Yeah, far out. Yeah, holy crap. And like none of them look the same. Like they're all kind of got their own.
Bro, so you know that fire gorgon in the middle? Look at the size of it. That's actually the tail of the Indominus Rex as the two fangs.
Huh.
That's how big it is.
Wow.
Yeah, that's sick. That's cool.
These kids, and I say kids because they're all bloody young, like less than 25. But these kids that build these bionicle things like this just freaking blow my mind, man.
Yeah, man.
There's so many of them around. It's like a whole niche on its own.
Cool little city. Big train setup. There you go. There's some castle and armies.
That's cool.
Look, White Dragon, cool. A lot of money worth in figs there. There's a white one that had internal organs and everything. Oh, that's sick. Might have a photo of it. We'll see how we go. What's that? Like a space station, airport, moon or something?
No idea,
Mars.
no idea, bro.
Maybe Mars. Star Wars vomit. No one wants that.
It was Tatooine.
What?
It was Tatooine.
Yeah, I got a tattoo too.
I was just going to say that.
Tatooine. Tattoo this. Tattoo out. Train nerds obviously having a good time. Dan's like, what? Trains? Swing.
What?
Hey, there you go. See, there's some shoes. So now we're talking about it. I mean, there's a lot of sets on display, as Henry foresaw the future and told us.
All that museum's cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Isn't that the I'm going to say it's made out of Lego bricks, obviously, but that looks like, kid you not,
out of the ideas set.
No, the Leopard one.
Oh,
it's probably not. Maybe it's just got inspiration, but there's a Leopard one that big, half cut like that too. Freaking awesome.
There's genuine Lego ideas set with the. Yeah.
All right, we'll go with that. Clothes? You can buy clothes at a Lego show? Get out of town. And then back to the house. Is this house? What is this house replicating anything or?
No idea.
It kind of looks like Rafferty's in Singapore.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Hotel.
A lot of work.
Here's Johnny. What's in the background? Didn't you
I've
see
seen him, but I'd rather go see your face while you're saying it. I saw him. No, it's cool. I mean, like, it's like we said before, the shows are back out. It's people are getting out, mocks are getting done. It's good to see. The Sydney one was good. Adelaide, we should have hit up Luke Haytan. He could have sent us some photos to show the Adelaide one. I did see
the Adelaide one. If nothing else, you've got to talk about that fucking ginormous Moff Gideon light cruiser. Come on. I've not seen that.
Go on beyond the bricks. It's on their on the aggregated content channel.
Yeah.
their copy and paste channel.
Yeah, their copy and paste channel. I shouldn't laugh.
Yeah.
I've been on there heaps.
Or Jay's.
How do you think you got to 20,000 followers, mate? Not from your own fucking good doing,
mate. 10,000 followers in 1 week.
Where? On TikTok?
On Insta.
When was that?
Bro, this week, all those Rockstar ones that I posted added 10,000 followers in a week.
Bloody hell.
Yeah,
My
that Moff,
OnlyFans don't
that,
even do that.
that Moff Gideon light cruiser, you've got to talk about that, man, because, like, honestly, it is one of the most impressive things built out of Lego I've ever seen. But holy shit,
I
the
can't bring up-
investment,
What is it on their Instagram or their Facebook or?
the investment alone in that thing must have
on
been
Insta.
ridiculous.
I can't open their Insta. It's not letting me look. It's literally saying page unavailable.
Let me have a look.
Oh, it's because they've blocked you, man.
No, I've got it.
No one blocks me, bro.
They blocked you, and rightly so.
Here, I'll send it to you, Bilsy. I'll send you the link on Insta.
Ugh.
There you go.
That it just, oh my god,
Oh my god.
the money! It must have cost them like 50 grand, 60 grand, 100 grand. I don't know.
Who are they?
fucking huge.
Yeah, whose
Who are
is
they?
it?
I don't know. I just
Far
yeah,
out.
look at it.
Star Wars or not, that is monstrous.
Monstrous. That's beyond monstrous.
How the fuck did they get it there?
How
Oh, they
the
look
fuck
K10.
did they build it? Is what I want to know. There's got to be a steel frame in there or something.
Yeah.
That is some
Grant. Grant said he's got
Some
Michael,
shit
send me the
ton of
link to my
pictures.
actual Facebook, brother, if you can. Drew, that thing was huge. I watched
I
him
want to. What is that?
put one of the engines on. Did
Half
well
a
on
million
the
insane,
job.
pieces?
man.
I don't know. Come on.
Martin Harris and Aaron.
It's got to be in
Very.
the millions. Oh no, it says there
Million
200,000 pieces.
How many?
200,000.
200,000.
That seems like
200,000.
that seems conservative. I thought it'd be like 1 million pieces.
That is
Well,
conservative.
You think about it, right? Most of that's going to just be skin on the outside. And even that in itself is impressive. And I say most,
Yeah, true.
I'm not trying to, like, just to build a subframe on this and then clad it, so to speak, is impressive.
Is it a metal frame?
It's got to have been. Metal or wooden or something, right? There's no way that Lego would hold itself up under that weight, I don't believe.
No.
And it, like, you can see the props there at the front, but there's got to be some frame, unless it's a Technic frame or something on the inside. But yeah, that's an impressive.
That light bit there, that's not Lego at the back. That Perspex or
No,
whatever
probably
that
not.
is.
But if it lights
And then
up,
you
on the
realize
other
it's
side
actually a
of it-
Lego shop display, but the back side of it or something.
Huh.
No, because you can see through it there, right? You can see through. So they've obviously built it in sections, and it looks like if you zoom in on that bit in the top right hand quarter, it looks like it's sitting on a plywood sheet.
Yeah.
But even still, and you
Oh,
can
our
see
buddy-
on you can
Oh, it
see
looks
on
like
this
Simon
side, you
went.
can see right through it, right?
Yeah.
But
wow.
that is amazing.
Yeah,
effort.
that is sick.
well
and,
done.
and
Martin.
design
That's
and
awesome.
design. Holy shit! So it's all Technic framed.
Yeah, there
Huh.
is inside of it. There you go.
Jesus,
Huh.
Insane.
that is insane.
It's awesome.
Gee, she's having fun.
Thanks,
That-
Mike. We got your link now, man. Simon,
That
isn't
is
Simon
insane.
from your lug, Henry?
No, he's part of Gong Lug, I think. Graham's Lug. Man, if you go on Ozlug, I think
Probably
Jody
banned on
might
there
have-
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good photos at least. Is Henry
That is
favourite
insane.
scale? Oh, what's that? It's a cool photo. Old sets.
Yeah.
There you go. Collection of flags. Wade Davey would be happy as. The HR scale stuff. HO. Say I love that stuff. $1 million per car now, though. Hey, we might see Henry. We might see your old Technic yellow plane if we keep going back through his old stuff.
Oh, I doubt it.
Is that like a swapper figure, maybe? Yeah. Boring.
Boring.
Caesar's Palace, Vegas. There you go. There's some old school space love.
Classic space.
That's a collection right there. That'll pay your house off. Geez, look, another oversized Star Wars piece of shit. And we're back to the big thing. That is cool. Take all the take the stuff out that I do jip on Star Wars. Like that thing's bigger than a fucking car.
It is. It's huge. They had to bring their own fences. Look.
Well, look, there's old mate there trying to drive it. He sent me another link.
Yeah, that is impressive. Doesn't matter which way you look at it, that is impressive.
If you look at it with one eye and stand on one leg, it looks better.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, you're right. It does. Yeah.
Freaking hell. Oh, if anyone wants to know why light bluish grey just went up on Bricklink, talk to these guys.
Yeah. Look how little the TIE fighter is on top, though.
Mm.
Where do you store something like that?
Where your wife used to sleep.
Yeah. I don't think you do. I think something like that is something that you only get to assemble at the show.
Yeah, it would be for sure.
Either that, or you'd have to have a huge workshop or garage space or something to be able to put it together. I know guys over here that have built stuff that have been smaller than that.
Henry, what are you sending me? Is it safe?
That's
assembled at the show.
Yeah,
that's Trent and Josh's work from.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, from season 2.
I want to say yes.
Yeah, I think it's 2. The Trent and Josh. He collects the normal toys.
That's right.
Yeah.
Collects the what?
That is pretty cool.
Action figures and things.
Normal toys.
I was like, what do you mean normal toys?
As opposed to sex toys.
He had he had 2 sheds talking about the Star Wars dude. One to build and one to store. That is freaking insane.
Wow.
Douglas, is that what a Star Wars Gist Fest looks like? Yeah, the nickname for that ship's called Sayo. Oh, wait,
Wow.
Michael sent me something else. Oh, mate, Michael's going to town. Thanks, Mr. House. Mr. Auto House. Oh, there we go. Nothing like some good time lapse. Mate, the ship is bigger than a set of 7 tables, 8 tables. Freaking hell. Look at imagine the paint. Oh, he built it while, that must have been like it's got to be Fan Day Friday for sure. You wouldn't be building it while people are coming to the show.
No, I think that was built on Saturday because I saw a post or something that said something about it being complete and come down and see it. And that was on Sunday.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Man.
So I got a feeling he may have been building it on the Saturday.
Good. Like, mate, some effort. Credit for that.
It's cool, man. It's very cool.
And you know what's so cool about it, though? That it's not, and no offense to him, it's not Brickman building it with his team of 20 people, or it's not Lego building it with, their massive designs or whatever. It's a genuine, AFOL building it.
Yeah.
Out of, Oh, Grant said a ladder fell on it in transport.
Oh.
And to be fair, he deserves all the bloody kudos and credit that he gets.
Oh,
absolutely.
Because that must have been one hell of an investment.
There you go. All right. Keeping the windows open. Let's go to the next topic. Bowser. Bloody Bowser.
Love it, but it's expensive.
It is
expensive.
Massive expensive.
How much is it?
Massive expensive.
400 Australian.
Oh, shit.
400 Australian.
So what's that, $6,500 in New Zealand?
Yeah.
Tax
Count me out.
It's decent size. Like it's
it's a good bloody size.
But 400?
It's not 400 bucks worth.
Is ridiculous. Like the NES wasn't even that much.
I reckon I could build it for less than 400. You know what I mean? Like going on Bricklink and sourcing parts.
So they pushed a lot. There's a video I'll play it in a sec. They pushed a lot on these new parts as well. This new element. new elements are cool, but that I don't get what's so boner worthy about that element. It's
Planes. If you're going to come out with planes and do planes, that could be good.
Yeah.
The big the pieces that highlight his shell are amazing. Like I love those pieces. I haven't got many yet, but I would love to acquire some.
The tubing around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that might be a recolor for that particular piece as well.
Yeah, I think we only had it in black before.
And brown and dark nougat.
I also love
various things.
I love in his eyes that his eyes are actually the 2x2 round brick.
Yeah.
Like they're not an eyepiece or a disc or nothing. Like it's literally a printed round brick.
Yeah.
It's very cool, but not $400 cool.
And it is fully articulated as well.
Yeah, so I'll play the video. I'll show you.
Like you can almost puppeteer it.
Let's just go to the movement. He talks about the new pieces, the new elements and stuff. And then see, I think it's about here. He talks about he sticks his fingers in the shell and starts wiggling its arms.
That's insane, bro. It is actually very cool.
Yeah, you can't knock it. Like it's a good bloody set. And even though, like I think we talked about it, Bill, why would you build Bowser? Why would you not go for a decent detail high Mario? Which I get.
Yeah, I don't get why Bowser's the first. Like I'm assuming that there might be more in this line. Why Bowser?
So this one, so from what I've seen with this one as well, though, it's playable with Mario.
Yeah, it is. He shows you in a second too. So,
okay.
So it makes sense that they make a big version that you can then go and play with Mario with it.
If you were dumb enough, I mean, if you collected all the Mario sets, then this is your epic end boss that Freddie Mercury's got there now.
Yeah,
that's Mario, bro. That's Mario.
It can roar. It can open its arms. It can move its arms, and it can spit fireballs as well.
Yeah,
and you can see he turned his head.
The pieces it's got in it, bro, are amazing. Like all those half curves and all that, they're amazing.
Yeah, and then so this guy's obviously the Mario designer, so it works with the Bowser.
And he still has a job.
When the physical model was nearly finished and it looked amazing, we wanted the digital experience to match that epic level. So we designed this new way of playing with the color where you stomp the model itself to defeat Bowser.
There you go, Henry. There's your $400 worth.
Yeah.
Bro, you could buy a Switch if you love Mario that much.
You could.
$400.
Yeah. Cool set. Not $400 cool, though.
Oh man, I can't help but think that they're going down the path where Jack Stone, where that
guy needs to build. That guy needs to build a sig fig Bowser size. I'd buy that.
Totally.
What was that about Jack Stone?
No, I feel like they're going down the same path, man, where they just get a bit, like sidetracked, and like $400 is very exclusionary. It's not very inclusive in terms of pricing, and I know like. Big sets are cool, but man, seriously, like I can't help but think, like for a lot of people, $400 is like a quarterly, sort of bill. Like, there's heaps.
Yep.
And it's look when the NES came out, right? You couldn't buy it, sold out all the time. Question Mark came out a year later, it's still sitting on the shelf. I guarantee you that Bowser in a year's time will still be sitting on the shelf as well, next to the question mark.
I agree.
I think it's
Bowser's
in this.
more interesting than Mario. Yeah, Bowser technically is more interesting than Mario, and the designers from Sonic. Actually, he did look like Dr. Robotnik. You're right.
He did.
He looked like Robotnik.
He looked like
Maybe they didn't do Mario because they'd need to buy the rights off Dave.
In saying that, people are paying big money for these sets, so yeah,
true.
It's not. Look, price rises in this year as well. $400. I'm not overly surprised. It's
how
only
much is the Jazz in Australia?
170.
Yeah, 170.
How much is the DeLorean over there?
270.
Yeah, 270, 280.
270 pre price hike, right? Like it'll be over 300 now, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You can
let's-
get it from Kmart if you're quick enough.
let's segue into the
Kmart?
prices, hey?
Yeah,
So there was
online.
a website that got dropped over in the States. So these are US prices, but they've got percentage increase next to them and obviously in US prices. Shit is getting pumped big time. Ain't no small $1 and $2 hits. So obviously start with Star Wars, the AT-AT, the Star Wars one at 800 US to 850. So at a small percent, $50 is still bloody $50. Like that's a.
Can I ask a question, boys? Like most of you, including you, Bilsy, would have been around when the original Star Wars Millennium Falcon was launched, right?
Yeah.
Dan, at the time, that would have been the biggest Lego set release, right? How much
Yeah,
was
it
that
was.
when that came out? Roughly, do you remember? Like at the time, how much it was?
I think it was about $199, which was huge.
No, I don't think it was that cheap.
Really?
I think it was about 400
For the Falcon. I remember the
400.
Death Star. The first Death Star was about 400, and then the second Death Star was closer to 600.
Yeah, but the first Falcon was still 7,500 pieces. I want to say it was between 400 and 600, because I can remember people that have talked about it sitting on the shelf at clearance at around 300 or 400.
Far out.
Star Wars has always been premium price, though.
But that would have been like there would have been few and far between sets at that price bracket, right? Like,
Oh yeah, you'd be lucky if you get one a year at that price.
now we've got how many a year? You know what I mean?
That's
like
the point.
Heaps. Yeah.
That's the point, and it's what I said a couple of weeks ago. It's not even a matter of hiking the prices; it's a matter of giving people the fucking chance to actually be able to buy the stuff. So, slow down and release less and leave them out for a bit of time so people can save up and buy the damn things. Because that's been my theory all along, is that Lego are losing the loyalty of their own fans because they're pricing them out of the market, but they're releasing them out of the market. They're getting sets out so fucking quick all the time that people can't keep up. So they feel disappointed. And it's like,
Yeah, that's right.
it's a catch-22 situation.
This year have been huge. The release.
Yep.
But you look on this, right? And obviously they're US prices. You got the dinosaur breakout, then you've got, say, the Fender, $80 gone up by $20, $100 gone up by $20. So for us, they're going up by 30 and 40. Like, how is a $30 and $40, say 30 at the low end? How's a $30 increase on a $150 set, $140 set justifiable? Like, that's
It's
big
not.
fucking
It's
jump.
actually not.
Compare
It's
that to the
actually
$50 increase on an $800 set. How is it justifiable to up one by 6% and others by 20 to 25% because they're smaller and cheaper? If that's the case, it should be a blanket, say 15% across the board.
Yeah,
but yeah, if you look, you're right. But if you look here, it's some are 20, some are 17, 10, 15. There's no logical flow.
There is no logical. No.
Ideas Treehouse.
How does that go with the treehouse? If I'm a retail store now and I'm sitting on 20 tree houses, why would I not just put them in my back room and wait till the price rise?
Yeah,
and then put them on display. Because I would have, as the retailer, bought them at the cheaper price, and now I can sell them for much more margin.
Well, retailers are getting screwed on the margin as well. So we might be getting a 25% increase, but they're getting
12.
They're getting
Which leads me to why aren't they buying up big now and sitting on it and then putting it out later?
Well, because the retailers are in the same boat as us. They don't have fucking endless bank accounts of money.
Yeah, man. The retailers would be buying it for the same, like they're not getting it for the same price. Like Lego's not saying, "Oh, we're upping our price to the consumer, but you can buy it for the same price." No, they'd be paying 25%. Yeah,
I get that, but yeah, like as a retailer, you'd be buying 20 tree houses now, not 20 in October.
If you
Lego
get
probably
20, right?
won't supply them.
Like, look, a $20 set going up by $5. Like, what the F, mate?
I'm actually like glad I don't actually collect sets when I see this stuff, man. And I hesitated even with the Jazz.
The Sion went from $380 to $450 US dollars.
Ouch.
It's all older stuff though.
Go Back to the Future time machine, bro. Did you see that?
Yeah.
What
Don't
was
forget
that?
to the US.
Where was it? It's up here somewhere. Technique, Ferrari. Sorry, keeping you awake, buddy.
Yeah, man. It's been a long day.
So
Yeah,
here we
it is.
go, right? So 17.65%. So let's go. Lego Australia. And then where's the search? Go.
Bro, there was a stack of Ferrari Daytonas and Jazz Quartets when I went to the Lego store on the weekend as well, man. They just were sitting there, heaps of them.
Yeah, I still want my Ferrari. I haven't got one yet. I haven't gone back to Dreamworld, to be honest. So let's do 270 plus 17.25%. Where's my percent button? Fuck, there it is.
Yeah, I agree with Dougal's comment.
$316
Yeah,
for the DeLorean. Douglas, nobody can afford. Oh, here. They have no right putting up sets that were manufactured 2 or more years ago.
I agree. They've already been produced. They've already been printed. They've already been boxed. The only thing left to do is ship them, and shipping doesn't warrant that bigger increase. So
There
I
you go,
completely
Sato.
agree.
Thanks, buddy. So
I don't wanna say
Bowser,
it.
230 to 270.
I don't want to say it, but I think we could be at the peak of the hobby.
Yep,
Mhm.
definitely.
I disagree though. I don't think that these sets were produced 2 years ago and have been sitting around in a warehouse waiting for them to up their prices. They're trying to keep up with production. And they've been short on production for a long time, and we've seen that through lack of supply. So these sets they're not sitting around. These are just their current inventory that they've got on their current manufacturing plan. So
I can't believe how poorly some of that stuff's executed. Like the big ticket items, like the Back to the Future time machine and all that. Like, man, I'd go and get one, but I can't get one. There's literally no supply.
So here we go. So let's go Treehouse in Australia and add 25% to it. What is it? 21318.
I haven't seen that set in a long time.
I've got 2. I'll sell one.
So
You have to wait
279.
till it's over, Henry. The price will go.
Oh, bro, I've built one in real life, bro. Don't worry.
You inspired.
Oh, Lego, no. So that's going to go to 350.
Ouch.
350.
Massive
Wow.
ouch. Like that to 350. So anything, what else was 279 around that price to add the 25? Typewriter, 350 for a typewriter. No thanks.
Nah.
So ideas set. What's the the Home Alone one going up by 20%.
Ouch.
So going up by 80. So it goes from 400 to 480. That's just fucked.
Man, everything
You've got
has
to
peaks and
laugh. You've got to.
oh man, so I took my wife to she came along with the kids and me to the Lego store, and she is not a fan of Lego,
Hey.
right? So she doesn't know how much any of this stuff costs, and she was literally like, I cannot believe how much some of that stuff is. Like, she's just a casual person, so she's my litmus test, and I was like, that's expensive, right? She goes, I would kill you if you came home and bought something like that. Like,
And then you're
It's
like,
crazy.
then you realize, like, love, the Gundam costs as much as your car.
bro, like the Gundam cost like $2,000 is way more than any set, but that's over 6
But-
months.
You know, I'd pay $2,000 for the Gundam.
Oh mate, I was gonna sell it for 20.
I'd pay 2.
okay. So on the flip side, though, we can sit here and scroll through shoe websites and look at $500-$600 pairs of shoes and go, what the fuck? We can sit here and look at golf clubs that cost $2,000 for a set and go, what the fuck? Surfboards, whatever you're into, it's going to
Pokemon
cost
cards.
money. Okay. Everything's going to cost money. What it comes down to is whether you, the consumer, want to choose to buy it or not. So, I don't agree with the price increases. Don't get me wrong. I think they're making far more money
Nobody
than they
agrees
need
with
to.
price increases.
No. But I also do believe that Lego are making such a massive profit that they don't particularly need to to increase their prices. If they justified their price increase, showing that they were, on the margins of break even or whatever, but making 11 billion krona in a half year, it's not really much of a sob story for price increases.
No.
And I'm not paying into the capitalism story either, because capitalism just makes the rich people richer, doesn't help anyone else.
No, that's right.
So, and I get it. There's an element of society that are okay with making the rich people richer and not giving a fuck about everyone else. But Lego and their own philosophy in the past have always been about trying to make the Lego bricks accessible to everybody. This is no longer making Lego bricks accessible to everybody, especially children.
No,
That's
it's
the
not,
thing.
man.
They are literally pricing children out of the market of which they are in, and they are now catering towards adults more so.
Yeah.
All these kid sets that are coming out, there's no hype around them anymore. They just release them and they go on the store shelves. No one gives a shit. All the media now is aimed around the adult centric type stuff.
It is. But you're exactly right, Dan. Why would a kid get excited over a $20 police car when they've got Bowser sitting on the shelf? I'd get the shits at my mum if I didn't get the Bowser and I ended up with the $20 police car. Like,
and
I'm going to hold my breath. I'm going to hold my breath till you get it for me.
well, the kids going to go and get a DVD or a Play-Doh or something instead and go screw Lego because they can't get the one that is, showing off, the big one. So you're going to go and choose a different toy.
Yeah. And how many parents are going to have to say no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely becoming above, well above average.
I would say it's a dangerous time. I would say it's a dangerous time for Lego, Dan. Like
niche.
We've got this period of the world's going to go into a period of austerity, in the next 12 months, for sure. That's inevitable. We've got massive interest rate hikes worldwide, not even Australia-wide, right? So.
Oh, for sure. We'll be getting into a recession.
So if you've got all these, if you're concentrating, so if I was Lego, I'd be planning to flood the smaller sets and keep the hobby going. If you concentrate on all these big sets, nobody's going to buy it. You want to sort of, concentrate on the lowest, the sort of not, I don't want to say lower tier, but you want to concentrate on your core and keep that going because your margin's probably better on all the unlicensed stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think you're right. I think Lego have lost sight of quality. Well, I'm not going to say they've lost sight over quality, but they're certainly now actually pumping quantity. And I think, they feel like, oh, we've put out this big set for adults and it's been really successful. Well, we put out this one and it was really successful. Oh, and this one and this one and this one and this one. Shit, let's just keep pumping out these sets because people keep buying them. But now you're going to hit saturation point. People are just like, oh, fuck, I can't keep up with this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like any other,
Yeah, I fully believe that they need to take their next 12 months and spread it out over 2 years or 3 years because people just can't keep up with this shit, man. They just can't.
They're going to saturate it, especially as you said,
20,
cost of living is going, to heights that we have never seen before. Lego's going to be at the bottom of the list.
The big sets represent 20% of your customers, the other 80% is everything else, and then combine that with just even competing with everything else on the market because you're in a toy category, right? So, you're competing with other things for, the dollar, for the consumer's dollar, right? So I would be very careful going into the next 12 months about who you're concentrating your customers on because, which segment of your customers you're concentrating on,
Definitely.
Happened to comics 30 years ago. They got priced out of kids' pocket money range.
100%, man. I remember going to newsagents with my grandparents, and they would say, you buy a comic and it'll be $3, and then slowly it became like $10, $15, and
But you said it before as well. It's not just the Lego, the small amount, the cheaper amount, the lower price kits. It's that. If I've got a Nintendo Switch, I'm going to rather spend $20 on my game than $20 on Lego as well, or $10. Like the smaller amounts, people are going to digitally spend. Yeah, 400. You're going to go the bigger Lego sets in that way. You're not going to fill up small sets, and you know what I mean. Like there's too much choice now in everything.
Because
It just gets to a point where you just don't believe there's enough value for money either.
That's
Yeah.
right.
100%.
And that's it.
Man,
You just
I
quit.
know.
I've quit
Look-
lots and lots and lots of products over the years because you just get to a point where you're like, I'm not getting my money's worth. iPhones, for
And-
example, when they came out with the iPhone 10 and Apple said, you know what, we can charge whatever the fuck we want because you idiots are going to pay for it. I was just like, nah, I'm sorry. I'm not paying $2,000 for a phone. So I dipped out of Apple after 10 years and went to Samsung.
Man, you know what the other thing is? Is that like if you talk about like what your kids would get out of the time wise, right? Like my kids would get way more time out of a game because I know they're going to play it for a week or so, right? Whereas with the Lego sets are so specific now because remember they used to have A and B models a lot of the time. Now it's like you build it, that's it, don't touch it. You know what I mean? Like put it on the shelf and don't play with it because it's going to break. That sort of thing.
Yeah. And I know for a fact there's designers that hate that.
That hate which
you
section?
can't do the second option.
No, they hate the fact that sets are going so specific now that you can't pull them apart and be creative with them.
Yeah. Like that's where it's because like with the Titanic, you're not gonna if you drop $1,000 on it, you ain't letting your kid muck around with that set. It's like put that on the wall, don't touch it ever again.
That's right. It's become a sculptural display piece, not a set that
That's
you
what
can
they
just
are.
rip
Gone.
to pieces and
Gone are the days like when we were all kids where you would spend literally your entire school holidays on the floor on your hands and knees building whatever you and your friends or brothers would come up with.
and then having a battle with each other and then smashing it to pieces with the battle and stuff. It's like, nope, two specialists now.
And then all of that getting wrapped up in a big bed sheet and putting away.
That's right.
So I just worked out this one. 639.
Oh God, that's disgusting.
I wouldn't buy it for 39.
639.
I wouldn't buy it for 29, Dan.
It's just like you said. Let's go all the way back to when we first started talking about why they're doing it to pre-existing sets. You know what I mean? Like start with the new wave. Like I think Michael said before, and Sato. They raised the prices on the Speed Champions cars with the 007 and the Charger.
Yep.
Start if you're going to put them up, mate. What a four middle-aged blokes. No one's going to listen to us, but start putting them up on the next wave.
Bilsy, everyone listens to us. Everyone listens to us. We set the market, Bilsy. Don't worry, mate. We set the market. We're the ones that buy this shit.
Well, you're not wrong.
Okay, so I said the same thing when they first announced the price rise. Was why the hell are they putting up old stock when it's not blah blah blah? And then when you think about it more, the fact is they're not old stock. They are just current inventory. That's what they have on. They're the SKUs that they have for sale at the moment. And at a certain date and time, they decided to put up all the prices of all the SKUs. Simple as that. Everything will go up. It's not just those named sets. That's just the lists we've seen. Everything's going to go up because they're all the current SKUs. And for all we know, there's tree houses that are being packaged right now in Cladno or Billand or somewhere. And those are the ones that are going to end up in retail at the end of the year for Christmas because they're still making them. Just because they've been on a shelf for 2 years doesn't mean they've been in a crate for 2 years. So, yeah, it's time. The time and date that they've decided to put it up, all the SKUs will go up.
And you know what? Like at the end of the day, when it all washes out, we're still going to buy it.
Yeah, but we'll just buy less.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll be very selective, and I'll be very selective in my Lego spending for sure.
But then, it's not even the point for some of the sets. Like look at the Star Wars, the two crappy ones we talked about last few weeks. The trash compactor and that spinny fight base plate thing. They're even just stupidly value for money too far gone before the price hike. So imagine, moving on now, buying a Star Wars base plate with a minifig for $700. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, I agree with Henry. I think this is a dangerous time, and I feel like the hobby in itself is in an element of there is an element of danger to the hobby because you are going to lose your casual hobbyist now.
Yeah.
And I think you will retain your hardcore hobbyists, but your casual hobbyists or your opportunity hobbyists, you're going to lose those. You're going to lose.
Well, you
all
look
those
at people like, say, myself, obviously, right? You know, I've got a project car that I'm building at Kingswood in the garage. You know, it's going to get to the point where it's like you're not going to have a little side fun hobby like Lego anymore, or you just give up the car. You know, you're going to be, you know, money wise, knuckled down to having one hobby. And then, you know, at the end of the day, is the luxury that high and you know, up there that you're going to keep the Lego one?
Yeah.
You know, what else are you doing on the side? Or, you know, do you follow whatever it is? It's
but
who
Douglas,
knows?
you got to remember though that people have to maintain those machines and switch those molds out and switch the colors and all of that stuff out. That's not all automated. And besides that, there was a period of time where some of the factory in Billund was actually retrofit to produce personal protective equipment over the COVID pandemic. So, and the Mexico factory was shut for months and months and months. So, you know, there's still a lot of recovery even from the Lego group as well, and even worldwide shipping really is probably still getting back to normal. I know, like for New Zealand, for example, we're only still just opening up our airport routes.
Yeah, the cost of transportation is huge.
Yeah. Michael, if the Lego group have power of Bricklink, we will see it there as well. 100% you're going to see it eventually trickle into Bricklink. Yeah, it's just the way it is.
I'm surprised we haven't seen a new privatized version of Bricklink yet.
It's not. It's got to be around the corner.
Well,
But
There is one, isn't there? There is one, isn't there? There's a brick. Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but some people were saying
there is a few things like Brick Owl and stuff, but there's nothing like what Bricklink is.
No.
But depending on what Lego Group do with Bricklink, it's inevitable that there'll be a new version. You know, it's like what Dan was saying just before as well, with all the exclusive sets and the display to model sets. And I predict that within 5 years, Lego will have to go back to basics in order to stay alive. And I think you'll see a lot less of these collectible things and licensed things, and you'll see back to the good old days of unlicensed and affordable sets, because they'll have to.
Well, that's exactly where I was going with that. Douglas, looking at the glass half full. Where is it? Here. Flippers have a ban on Lego for the most part. So now that shit is at that price, there won't be as many scalpers and flippers. There's still going to be some around, but like the shoe world, you know, they are dying off because shit is just becoming too far gone in that sense. So
you mean the original retail price or something?
No, like, you know, when you get like the people that go and line up, or they'll sit and put bots, you know, on open day when stuff comes online and that. Like, you know, that is going to become less and less and less. Shoes are a different beast, but especially with Lego, like when was the last time you seen someone line up out front of Lego stores to get the set that day before it sells out? You know what I mean? Dreamworld done it a few times when it first opened. I haven't heard Scott or any of the guys from Dreamworld tell us, oh man, you missed it. You know, there's 20 people at the door the other day trying to get this set.
They used to have midnight releases for things like the Millennium Falcon, the roller coaster, the other, whatever the second Star Wars one, the Star Destroyer. They had midnight releases for those. Don't do that anymore.
No. So, you know, that at least that side of thing is pulling back, slowing down, whatever way you want to look at it. So I guess that's, you know, glass half full.
Yeah.
Hold on. Last message, Jason. It's telling me that my wish list doesn't have any sets under $300. Even I can't keep up with the big sets at current prices. Mate, if anybody's got an excess amount of sets, it's bloody you. Pete, do the cars attract high licensing fees? I don't know. You think it's a good question. It's a bloody good question. But, you know, the Ferrari at 660, the Technic 1-8 Ferrari, I mean, that's almost the price everyone was expecting, where, if Star Wars brought out a car or another big 1.8 ship, you'd be paying Star Wars tax. But I don't know. There'd be some sort of fee there, just not as strong as a Disney fee. I don't think. I think Disney's. But then again, some of the Marvel stuff isn't too expensive, and that's still Disney, isn't it? So who knows? Who knows? There's a fee everywhere, man. We're just the idiots that cop it at the end and pay for it. Really.
Sure.
At the end of the day, that's why we all need to be like Henry and just digitally build, because we can't build in real life.
Oh, snap.
Oh, my man. And that's how we're going to end tonight. Yo! People, if you haven't seen him yet, go and check out the Lego Dark Knight. He has been smashing TikTok like Kesha would. Just put it that way, TikTok don't stop, buddy. He's actually, there's some really, really good stuff on there. Go and check it out. Suss it all out. The Lego Dark Knight. Obviously, over in New Zealand, Mr. Between the Bricks, our man Dan. Check out his Twitch where he streams and does all kind of cool, colorful, awesome, weird things. And then me and Bilsy will be back on Wednesday with who knows? We decide this through 20 minutes before the show starts. So
Yeah.
who bloody knows. Anyway, till then,
Thanks, everyone.
see you later.